Okay, so now we're going to review on using systems of equations to solve word problems. So in this type of word problem, you always want to start the same way. You just want to go ahead and annotate. And you can use annotation with cubes. So you want to circle the numbers. So 15's here, 10's here, 8's here, 250, 2,825. And then you want to underline the question. So let's actually read this problem first. The community college theater department sold so there's three kinds of tickets to its latest play production. The adult tickets sold for $15, the student tickets for $10, and child tickets for $8. The theater department was thrilled to have sold 250 tickets and brought in $2,825. So they made bank in one night. The number of students tickets sold is twice the number of adult tickets sold. So, got some language over there. How many of each type of ticket did the department sell? Okay, so in this problem, we're trying to answer this question: how many of each type of ticket the department sold? So we don't need to know the cost of the tickets because they already gave us those. But we just need to know the number of tickets sold. So we can start by making variables. So we have X, Y, and Z. X could be the adult tickets, number of. Y could be the number of student tickets. And Z could be the number of child tickets. Okay, so we have all these ticket numbers. Now, we have to go ahead and box our key math terms. So, right over here, all right, so they said it sold 250 tickets and brought in $2,825 in one night. And then it says the number of student tickets sold is twice the number of adult. So let's tackle that sentence. The number of student tickets is sold is twice the number of adults. So between students and adults, students and adults, this is telling us that student tickets sold is, so the student ticket Y is twice the number of adults. So 2 times the number of adults, 2 times X. So student tickets, the number of student tickets is Y is 2 times the number of adult tickets sold. So that's how you're writing this chunk of information as an equation. Now let's look at the rest, right? So over here, it says they sold 250 tickets. That's a total number of tickets in one night. So what we can do is add up all these number of tickets because all of these represent the number of tickets. You just want to combine them all and they would give you 250. Now this one says 2,825. So that's the total amount of money they made. Now we know the cost of them. And for us to find the total cost of adult tickets, we would have to do 15 times the total number of adult tickets. We don't know that, so 15 times X plus $10 times the number of student tickets. We don't know that, so that's Y. And child ticket, so $8 plus the number of child tickets, we don't know that, so that's Z, is equal to $2,825. So I know this is correct because for us to get a total amount of money, I have to keep on adding money. It won't make sense if I just added just the X and Y and Z together. I need to add up all the money together. And if I just put 15 plus 10 plus 8, well, 15 plus 10, that's 25, plus 8, 25 plus 8, well, that's just 33. $33 doesn't equal 2,825. So this is why I need to set up my problem just like this over here. How much is the how much money money did they earn from adult tickets? Well, you have to do $15 for each ticket times the number of tickets they got. How much money for student? $10 times the number of students, and $8 times the number of children. Okay, so yay, we have our system right over here. And oh, you notice how there's just a y is equal to something? That's a big hint to us that we need to use substitution. So let's go ahead and use substitution. Let me just name everything. There's 1, that's 2, that's 3. I'm going to start subbing. So for the second one, we have x plus y plus z is equal to 250. I'm going to leave the x alone, but instead of writing y, I'll write 2x plus z is equal to 250. You want to combine like terms, so this is 3x plus z is equal to 250. So this doesn't tell me anything, but I can call this my fourth equation. And now I'm going to do the same thing for the third one. So let me just here. So this is my third equation. So we have 15x plus 10y plus 8z is equal to 2,825. Instead of writing instead of writing y, I'll write 10 times 2x plus 8z is equal to 2,825. You know that, well, 10 times 2 is 20. So we have 15x, 10 times 2, 20x, plus 8z is equal to 2,825. These are like terms. So this one would be 35x plus 8z is equal to 2,825. So that's my fifth equation. Now both of them, well, they tell me absolutely nothing because they both have two variables there. I have to eliminate one of those variables. So let's go ahead. Notice over here, we have a positive z and we have an 8z. For me to eliminate the z's, I need to make this plain z into a negative 8z. So tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this fourth equation and multiply it by a negative 8. So I can do just that. So 3x plus z is equal to 250. I'm just going to multiply them. So you would get negative 8 times 3 is negative 24x. Negative 8 times, z is negative 8z. 250 times negative 8, this one is negative 2,000, right? And now that I have this negative 8z, I can combine it with this, our fifth equation down here. So let's go ahead. 35, 35x plus 8z is equal to 2,825. So that was my fifth equation, and I could go ahead and combine them. So over here, you would just get 825. This cancels out. We get negative 24 plus 35. This one is 11x. Divide both sides by 11. And you're going to get x is equal to 75. How many adult tickets are there? There are 75 of them. Now, we've seen this before. We have to be careful where we plug things in, right? I can. In my first three equations, you see over here y is equal to 2x. So for me to find the number of student tickets, I just need to plug in 75 where I see x. So let's do that. Okay, so instead of writing 2 times x, I'll write 2 times 75. It's a mixed colors. 2 times 75 times, this is 150. So how many student tickets are there? There's 150. And how am I going to figure out those children tickets? Right? So I have to figure out those children tickets. So I'm just going to plug it into my second equation. I already have the adults and students. I'm just missing that z, so I'm just going to replace stuff over here. So let's go with this color. So I'm just going to rewrite equation 2 down here. We have x plus y plus z. It equals 250. Instead of writing x, I'll just write 75. And instead of y, I'll just write 150 plus z is equal to 250. 150 plus 75, that's 225. Let me just write over here. 225 plus x is equal to 250. You want to subtract 225 on both sides. That's a 2. And your x is just going to be 25. Yeah, so 250 minus 225, that's 25. So how many, oh, I'm so sorry, we're finding for z. So how many children tickets are there? There is 25. All right, so in your answer, you're going to say there are 75 adult tickets, 150 student tickets, and 25 child tickets. And those are your answers.